This person loves you, but has a serious problem with your appearance. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and this message is reaching you at the exact moment the universe wants you to hear it, and I need you to breathe for a second, because what I'm about to reveal will shift how you see this entire connection. This person loves you, deeply, quietly, intensely, but their problem isn't that your appearance is lacking in any way. No, listen closely. The problem is that your appearance overwhelms them, intimidates them, triggers their insecurities, and forces them to face parts of themselves they've been avoiding for years, and the universe is telling me that this message is for you. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. They look at you and feel things they don't understand: attraction, admiration, fear, desire, vulnerability. And instead of embracing those feelings, they get scared because your appearance shines brighter than they're ready to accept. You don't realize this, but the way you look, your presence, your aura, your glow, the way you walk into a room, makes them feel unworthy, like they're not enough, like they don't measure up, like you're too beautiful, too magnetic, too unforgettable, and that fear causes them to pull away. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They're not judging you. They're judging themselves. They compare themselves to people around you. They worry about how they look standing next to you. They worry they're not attractive enough, stylish enough, confident enough, put together enough to match you. They're afraid people see you together and wonder, how did they get someone like that? And even though you might think they don't notice anything, trust me. They notice everything, and your appearance is not something that pushes them away. It's something that terrifies them because they think they don't deserve someone who looks like you. Don't scroll, this message is for you. They've been talking to someone about you, a friend, a sibling, someone they trust. And they admitted that being around you makes them feel insecure, makes them feel like they're not enough, makes them feel like you could wake up one day, look at them, and decide you could do better. They're not scared of you leaving, they're scared of not being good enough to make you stay. And what they don't understand yet is that your appearance isn't what draws people in, it's your soul, your energy, your compassion, your softness, your strength. But listen. Your heart needs this right now. They're seeing signs everywhere: 111, 144, 222, 717, reminders from the universe that this connection is deeper than physical appearance, and every time they see those numbers, their heart pulls toward you even harder. They dream about you, dreams where you're glowing, dreams where they're walking behind you, dreams where they're trying to reach for you but feel unworthy. They wake up shaken, emotional, confused, because even their dreams remind them that they love you but fear they can't match you. Don't scroll, listen to this. They've been distancing themselves not because your appearance bothers them but because it affects them so much it scares them. They have moments where they want to compliment you, tell you how stunning you are, how you take their breath away, but instead, they freeze. They get awkward. They get quiet. They pull away. It's not rejection, it's intimidation. Your heart needs this right now, stay here. They've been overthinking everything: what they wear, how they look, how they speak, how they carry themselves, all because they want to be someone who matches your energy. They want to feel worthy of you. They want to feel confident next to you. They want to feel like they deserve someone who looks and shines the way you do. Don't scroll, the universe needs you to hear this. They're going through an emotional awakening, and your appearance is forcing them to confront insecurities they never healed. You're not too much, they're just not used to someone like you. They're used to being the one who feels in control, the one who feels secure, the one who feels desired, but around you? They feel exposed, vulnerable, nervous, and strangely, hopeful. Because even though your appearance scares them, your energy heals them. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They're beginning to realize that their fear of not being enough has nothing to do with you and everything to do with past hurt, past rejection, past wounds. They're starting to see that their insecurity is robbing them of something meaningful, the chance to love you the way their soul has been wanting to. The universe is pushing them to grow, to rise, to confront their self-doubt, because this connection is meant to elevate both of you. Don't scroll, this message is for you. They're about to reach a moment where they stop running from their insecurity and start fighting for what they feel, for you. They're learning that your appearance isn't a threat, it's a blessing. It's a reminder that beauty and love can coexist. It's a sign that the universe put someone extraordinary in their path, someone they were meant to grow beside. And soon, very soon, they will stop letting fear shape the way they love you. They will step forward, not because their insecurity disappears, but because their love becomes stronger than their fear. And when that moment happens, everything will shift. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the universe is guiding you to hear what's happening inside this person's spirit after realizing how powerfully your appearance affects them and how deeply they truly love you. Ever since they admitted to themselves, and quietly to someone they trust, that your appearance intimidates them, they've been spiraling internally, trying to understand why the sight of you makes their chest tighten, why your presence makes their hands shake, why your beauty, your confidence, your glow, or even your quietness makes them feel like they're not enough. Listen to this, this message is for you. They aren't pulling away because they dislike how you look, no, it's the opposite. Your appearance hits them so strongly that they don't know how to process it. It makes them feel vulnerable. It makes them feel exposed. It makes them feel seen in a way they're not used to. They look at you and instantly feel the fear of losing you. They look at you and instantly feel the pressure of having to measure up. They look at you and think, what if someone better comes along? What if they wake up one day and realize they don't need me? Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They're battling their own self-image every time they think of you. They look in the mirror and suddenly become critical of themselves, their face, their body, their style, their confidence, all because they want to feel worthy of standing next to someone like you. They're scared that other people notice your beauty too. They're scared of competition. They're scared someone else will treat you better, look better, fit you better. They're scared that you don't see them the same way they see you. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They've been replaying conversations in their head, analyzing the smallest details of how you looked at them, wondering if you were disappointed, wondering if they imagined your interest, wondering if they're just projecting insecurity because they care more than they admit. They've been asking people for advice, saying things like, "Do you think I'm good enough? Do I look okay next to them? Do you think they'd be embarrassed to be seen with me?" And the crazy thing is, they don't realize you're not judging them at all. Don't scroll, there's more you need to hear. They're starting to understand that their fear isn't about you, it's about their past, their wounds, the way they were treated before. Maybe someone made them feel not attractive enough. Maybe someone compared them. Maybe someone laughed at them. Maybe someone left them for someone they thought looked better. And now, standing in front of someone as radiant as you, all those old wounds flare up. But what they don't know is that your heart chooses differently. Your soul sees differently. You don't want perfection, you want connection. You don't want competition, you want peace. You don't want someone polished, you want someone real. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They're seeing angel numbers, 111, 1144, 222, 333, 555, and every time they see those numbers, they feel a tug toward you. The universe is forcing them to confront their insecurity, guiding them to heal, pushing them to stop projecting their fear onto this connection. Because this love is not meant to crumble under insecurity, it's meant to grow through it. They dream about you constantly, dreams where you're glowing, dreams where they're trying to keep up with you, dreams where they're afraid of losing you, dreams where they're chasing you down a hallway of light. And in those dreams, they wake up emotional, shaken, realizing that their insecurity isn't protecting them, it's pushing away the person they love most. Don't scroll, this message is not done. They're tired of running from how they feel. Tired of pretending they're fine. Tired of acting like they don't care. They're tired of hiding behind confidence that isn't real. They want to show up for you, really show up, but they want to do it right. They want to become someone who feels worthy of you, someone who doesn't question whether they belong next to you, someone who believes your love is genuine instead of expecting heartbreak. And here's what you need to know, they're working on themselves because of you. They're trying to improve their appearance, not because you asked, but because you inspire them. They're upgrading their style, fixing their hair, hitting the gym, choosing better clothes, trying to become the version of themselves they think you deserve. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They're slowly realizing that the problem was never your appearance, it was their fear of not being enough. And they're learning that true love isn't about looking perfect together, it's about feeling safe together. Feeling accepted. Feeling chosen. And you do that for them without even trying. Soon, very soon, they will step toward you with more confidence, more openness, more honesty. Because the universe is removing their fear, one insecurity at a time. They love you, deeply. And they're learning that loving you means loving themselves enough to show up fully. And when they finally do, everything will change. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the universe is guiding you toward a truth about this connection that they've been trying to hide even from themselves. Ever since they realized how deeply your appearance affects them, how your beauty, your aura, your presence, your glow, your uniqueness hits them in a way that shakes their confidence. They've been spiraling in silence, trying to figure out how to love someone who makes them feel so deeply and so vulnerably all at once. They love you, but the way they see you scares them. They don't understand how someone like you exists. They don't understand how someone like you looks at them with softness, interest, or affection. They don't understand how someone as radiant, magnetic, spiritually powerful, and visually captivating as you could possibly choose them. Don't scroll. This message is for you, and your heart needs it. They've been looking at themselves differently ever since they started falling in love with you. They compare themselves in the mirror, picking apart details that don't matter, judging features you've never even noticed, criticizing things you never cared about. Because in their mind, you're the standard, and they don't think they measure up. They love you, but your appearance triggers every insecurity they've been running from their entire life. Someone once made them feel not attractive enough, someone once left them for someone they thought looked better, someone once made them feel replaceable, and now, standing in front of you, someone who shines effortlessly, someone who doesn't even realize how stunning they are, all those old wounds rush back to the surface. Listen to this, your heart needs it. Their issue isn't that you don't look right, it's that you look like everything they've ever wanted but never believed they deserved. They get nervous around you because they don't know how to handle being that close to someone who makes them feel both alive and terrified at the same time. They get quiet because they're scared of saying the wrong thing. They pull back because they think you'll eventually see their flaws and decide they're not enough. They act distant not because they're losing interest, but because they're overwhelmed by how much interest they actually have. Don't scroll, the universe needs you to hear this. They've been having moments of emotional breakdown, quietly, privately, where they admit to themselves that the real problem isn't your appearance. It's their fear of not being worthy of being seen with someone who looks like you. They worry about how people will see them together. They worry you'll outgrow them. They worry someone more attractive, confident, or charismatic will steal your heart. They worry they'll never be able to give you what they think someone like you deserves. And yet, every time they try to distance themselves, they feel spiritually pulled back toward you. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They're seeing signs everywhere, 222, 555, 1144, 14, 717, random synchronicities that make them think of you at impossible moments. They see your initials. They hear your name. They dream of you constantly. And in those dreams, you're always glowing, always walking slightly ahead of them, always looking prettier than they remember, always looking like someone they want to chase but fear they can't catch. They wake up with their chest tight, their hands trembling, their heart racing, because even their dreams remind them that you are someone rare. Don't scroll, listen. They're trying to upgrade themselves because of you. Dressing better, taking more care of their appearance, focusing on their self-worth, trying to become more confident, trying to grow into someone who doesn't feel overshadowed by how radiant you are. You inspire them. You pressure them, not in a bad way, but in a transformative way. They want to be better because of you. They want to love themselves the way you would love them. They want to stand beside you feeling proud, not insecure. They want to feel like they deserve you. And that desire is waking up a new version of them, one that's braver, more self-aware, more emotionally mature. Don't scroll, keep listening, because your heart needs this. They've been telling themselves that if they can just fix their insecurities, they'll finally feel ready for you. But what they don't realize yet is that you don't want them perfect, you want them present. You want them real. You want them honest. And the universe is slowly pushing them to understand that this connection wasn't given to them so they could run from themselves, it was given so they could heal through you. Your appearance doesn't scare them because it's flawed, it scares them because it's powerful. Because it reminds them of what love looks like when it arrives unexpectedly. Because it reminds them that sometimes God sends someone breathtaking to wake up a soul that's forgotten its worth. Listen to this. Your heart needs it. They don't want to lose you. They don't want their insecurity to sabotage something divine. They don't want their fear to ruin the love they feel building inside them. And soon, very soon, they will stop pulling away and start leaning in. They will stop comparing themselves and start believing in themselves. They will stop questioning why you like them and start accepting that your heart sees what their eyes can't. They love you, deeply, intensely, spiritually. And soon, they will love themselves enough to finally love you back without fear. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the universe has been waiting for the exact second your soul was ready to hear what's happening inside this person who loves you more than they've ever admitted. Ever since their insecurity about your appearance surfaced. Not because you're lacking anything, but because they feel like they're standing beside someone they consider out of their league. Their emotions have been spiraling in a way they can't hide anymore, and you need to understand what's unfolding inside their spirit. They're not just intimidated by how you look, they're intimidated by how you carry your appearance, the quiet confidence you don't even know you have, the way you walk into a room and shift the energy without trying. Don't scroll. This message is for you. They're scared of the intensity of what they feel, scared of how much your presence affects them, scared that one day someone else will notice what they see in you and take you away. They've been obsessing over little things, your smile, your eyes, the way your face softens when you laugh, the way your natural beauty hits them harder than anything they've experienced. They can't understand why you're drawn to them, why someone who looks the way you do would choose someone like them, and this fear has been eating at them quietly, silently, slowly. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They've been fighting a war between desire and insecurity. One moment, they want to come closer, to love you the way their soul has been begging them to. The next moment, they sabotage it because they think you'll eventually see someone better. They're overthinking everything. Their skin, their hair, their body, their style, their smile, things you never judged, but they judge on themselves because loving you has forced them to see themselves under a brighter light, and it scares them. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They've been replaying moments in their head, the way you looked at them, the way you touched their arm, the way you smiled when you didn't know they were staring. And those memories haunt them at night, not because they're painful, but because they're powerful. They're scared of losing you before they've even had the chance to fully have you. And listen, they've been talking to someone about you, someone who told them they need to stop doubting themselves, someone who said, if they wanted someone else, they wouldn't be looking at you the way they do. But their insecurity is deep, rooted, heavy, and your beauty triggers it. Not because you're too much, but because you are everything they never thought they'd have. Listen, your heart needs this. They're seeing signs, 111, 333, 444, 1010, 1212, and every time they see these numbers, their chest tightens, because the universe is pushing them to stop running, stop hiding, stop holding back, and start believing that maybe, just maybe, someone like you could actually love someone like them. Don't scroll, this is important. Their dreams have become more vivid recently, dreams where you're glowing like sunlight, dreams where you're walking ahead of them, dreams where they're trying to catch up to you but feel unworthy. In these dreams, you're always radiant, always out of reach, always a reminder of why they fear losing you. They wake up sweating, anxious, emotional, because they know the dream is revealing their truth. They love you, but they don't know how to handle loving someone who makes them feel so vulnerable. Listen, your heart needs this. They're trying to work on themselves, emotionally, physically, spiritually. They're taking more care of their appearance, not out of vanity but out of desire to feel like they deserve your gaze. They're dressing better, eating better, trying new routines, fixing things they used to ignore. They're becoming someone who could stand beside you with confidence, not fear. And even though they don't admit it, you are the reason they want to grow. You are the reason they want to change. You are the reason they want to feel worthy. Don't scroll, this gets deeper. Every time you pull back, even a little, it sends them into panic. They think it's because you found someone else. They think it's because you're no longer interested. They think it's because their insecurity is becoming obvious. But what they don't understand is that you weren't pulling back, you were giving them space to breathe, to rise, to meet you where you are. The universe is preparing them for that moment, that conversation, that shift where they realize your beauty wasn't sent to intimidate them, it was sent to awaken them. Listen, your heart needs this. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to keep doubting themselves. They don't want to let fear overshadow love anymore. They're tired of comparing themselves, tired of hiding their feelings, tired of pretending they don't care when their soul aches for you every single day. And soon, very soon, they will crack. They will break open. They will confess more than you expect. Because their love for you is becoming stronger than their insecurity, stronger than their fear, stronger than the doubts that kept them silent. And when they finally step toward you, they won't just tell you they love you, they'll tell you how you changed them, healed them, awakened them, simply by being who you are. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the universe is urging you to hear what's happening behind the scenes in this person's soul as they continue wrestling with the way your appearance affects them, the way your beauty shakes their confidence, the way your presence exposes the insecurities they've been hiding for years. They love you, more deeply than they expected. But they don't know how to love someone who triggers their deepest fears and their deepest desires at the same time. Your appearance doesn't just attract them, it overwhelms them. It forces them to confront the parts of themselves they've kept buried, the parts they hoped no one would ever see, the parts they hide behind humor, silence, distance, or emotional walls. Don't scroll, this message is for you. They don't know how to tell you that looking at you feels like looking at the sun. Too bright, too beautiful, too powerful, and yet impossible to turn away from. Every time you show up, whether physically, online, in their mind, or in their dreams, they feel a rush of longing mixed with fear, a pull that feels divine, a connection that feels predestined. They're scared that your beauty makes you unsafe for their heart. Not because of anything you've done, but because they've never had someone like you before, never loved someone who looks at them the way you do, never experienced a connection where appearance, spirit, attraction, and destiny blend together so intensely. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They've been trying to detach, trying to convince themselves that someone who looks the way you do will eventually leave, that someone as beautiful as you will eventually find someone better, that they're just a temporary chapter in your story. And every time they think that, their heart sinks. They panic. They spiral. They imagine losing you, and it hurts more than they're ready to admit. Don't scroll, the universe needs you to hear this. They've been watching you quietly, studying your face, memorizing your expressions, noticing the smallest details of your appearance, the shape of your eyes when you laugh, the way you tilt your head, the way your lips move when you speak. These details haunt them in the best way, the kind of haunting that wakes them up at 3 a.m. thinking about you. And yes, they're scared, not because you're too much, but because you're exactly what they've always wanted. Listen, your heart needs this. Someone recently told them something that amplified everything they already feared. Someone said, "They're beautiful, you better not lose them," or, "You two don't look like a match," or, "They can do better." And ever since that moment, they've been spiraling even deeper into insecurity, thinking they're not enough for you. But what they don't realize is that beauty does not equal worthiness, and your soul chose theirs long before your eyes ever did. Don't scroll, this gets deeper. They've been trying to heal, to grow, to evolve into the person they think you deserve. They're upgrading their wardrobe, fixing their appearance, improving their habits, learning how to communicate better, trying to become more emotionally stable, more grounded, more confident, all because you awakened something in them that no one else has. They feel pushed to evolve because being connected to someone like you demands a better version of themselves. And even though they don't say it, you're the reason they're becoming someone stronger, someone braver, someone more secure. Listen, your heart needs this. They've been trying to imagine a future where your beauty doesn't scare them but inspires them, where your glow doesn't intimidate them but motivates them, where your presence doesn't make them feel small but makes them feel chosen. They're learning that love doesn't require being good enough. It requires being honest, being real, being vulnerable. And your presence is teaching them that. Don't scroll. The universe is speaking. Their fear of your appearance is slowly transforming into appreciation, appreciation for the way you light up a room, appreciation for the way your spirit matches your face, appreciation for the way your heart balances your beauty. They're realizing that you don't want perfection, you want partnership. You don't want someone flawless. You want someone fearless. You don't want someone who competes with you, you want someone who chooses you. And slowly, painfully, beautifully, they are stepping into that truth. Listen, your heart needs this. They're reaching a point where their love for you is overpowering their insecurity, where their desire to be with you is stronger than their fear of not being enough. They're tired of running. Tired of comparing. Tired of doubting. Tired of letting fear ruin something divine. And soon, very soon, they will step toward you with a clarity they've never had before, ready to show you that your appearance wasn't their problem, their fear was. And now? That fear is finally losing its hold. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the universe has been pushing this message toward you all day, waiting for the exact moment your spirit would be open to receive the truth about what's happening inside this person who loves you more than they know how to handle. Their insecurity about your appearance has now reached a breaking point. Not because there's anything wrong with how you look, but because of how deeply your beauty, your presence, your aura, and your energy affect them, and they can't hide from it anymore. They're beginning to realize that the fear they feel around you is actually a sign of how divinely connected they are to you. Don't scroll, this message is for you. They've been going through an internal storm, a spiritual confrontation, where every insecurity they've tried to bury is coming back to the surface, and your appearance is the mirror reflecting all the places inside them that still need healing. They love you, but they don't know how to love you without feeling like they have to earn you. They look at you and think, why would someone like that want someone like me? And every time they think that, their heart aches. They feel unworthy, not because you made them feel that way, but because they were conditioned to believe they're not enough. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They've been comparing themselves to people they think you deserve, people they believe look better, dress better, carry themselves better, and they don't realize you're not looking for someone better, you're looking for someone who loves you with depth, sincerity, loyalty, and soul. But their wounds are loud, and their fear is louder. Don't scroll, the universe needs you to hear what comes next. They've been avoiding mirrors lately, questioning their looks, their clothing, their body, their style, their worth, all because of the way you make them feel. They want to look good for you. They want to feel confident next to you. They want to look at themselves and feel like they deserve your gaze. They've been quietly upgrading themselves, small changes, subtle shifts, but all guided by the desire to feel like a match for someone as radiant as you. Listen, your heart needs this. They've been replaying moments between you on a loop, the way you smiled at them, the way you walked past them, the way your eyes met theirs and they felt something shake inside them. Those moments hit them so hard that they can't stop thinking about you, even when they try to distract themselves. You've become their favorite thought, their sweetest memory, and their deepest fear all at once. Don't scroll, it gets deeper. Someone recently told them something about you that made their insecurity explode, maybe that you're beautiful, maybe that someone else is checking you out, maybe that they need to keep up because they're lucky to have your attention. And while that comment was meant lightly, it struck a wound they've never healed. It made them afraid of losing you, afraid of disappointing you, afraid of never being enough for someone who looks like you. This fear has created distance, confusion, hesitation, but it's also awakening them. Listen, your heart needs this truth. The universe has been sending them signs non-stop, 111, 444, 333, random flashes of your name, dreams of you walking toward them or away from them, moments of intuition that shake their soul. Every sign is urging them to stop letting fear sabotage what could be the most meaningful connection of their life. They're being spiritually pushed to grow into the version of themselves that's worthy of the love they want to give you. Don't scroll, this is important. They're starting to realize that their insecurity is not protecting them, it's pushing them away from the very person who was meant to help heal them. They're waking up to the fact that beauty doesn't determine destiny. Connection does. And your connection with them is unlike anything they've ever experienced. You show up in their emotions, in their dreams, in their synchronicities, in their moments of silence. You're woven into their spiritual awakening. Listen, your heart needs this. They're reaching a point where they're tired of being scared. Tired of running. Tired of letting insecurity control their love. Tired of looking at you and feeling like they have to hide how deeply they care. They're starting to understand that you wouldn't be in their life if the universe didn't intend for this connection to teach both of you something powerful, something about self-worth, love, healing, and divine timing. Don't scroll, because the shift is coming. They're beginning to see that your appearance isn't something they need to fear, it's something they need to honor, admire, and appreciate without believing it makes them unworthy. They're learning that love isn't about matching each other's beauty, it's about matching each other's soul. And your soul speaks to theirs louder than your looks ever could. Soon, very soon, they will stop seeing themselves as not enough and start seeing themselves as chosen. They will step into this connection with confidence they've never had before. They will tell you what they've been afraid to say. They will admit the truth. That you didn't intimidate them because of your appearance, you intimidated them because your beauty woke up their deepest love. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the universe has been waiting for the exact moment to place this message in front of you, a moment when your spirit is finally ready to hear what's coming next, because what's happening inside this person, the one who loves you but has been terrified of your appearance, intimidated by your glow, overwhelmed by your presence, is reaching a point where everything is about to spill over, everything they've been suppressing is rising to the surface, and nothing will remain hidden for much longer. Ever since they began facing the truth about their insecurity around you, something has been shifting inside them, something deep and emotional, something spiritual, something they didn't expect and definitely weren't prepared for, and the universe wants you to understand that this next phase is not just about love. It's about transformation. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They've been waking up with your face in their mind, not in the superficial, appearance, sense, but in the way your expression stays with them, the way your eyes linger in their memory, the way your smile echoes in their chest hours after they see you, the way your entire presence haunts them with a mixture of longing and fear. They're realizing that no matter how hard they try to run from their insecurity, they can't run from their love for you. They feel it like a magnetic pull, like something ancient, something familiar, something divine, and this realization is driving them toward the truth they've been avoiding, that their issue was never with your beauty, but with their belief that they weren't enough for someone who shines the way you do. Listen, this message is for you. They've been emotional lately. More emotional than they show, tears coming out of nowhere, anxiety hitting them at random moments, sudden waves of longing for you that they can't explain. They're starting to see that their insecurity wasn't protecting them, it was sabotaging the connection their soul asked for. They feel guilty for pulling away. Guilty for acting distant. Guilty for making you think their hesitation had anything to do with you, when really, it was fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of being judged, fear of losing someone like you. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They've been seeing angel numbers more intensely, 1111, 444, 1010, 222, 1212, and every time they see these numbers, something inside them tightens, because they know, deep down, those signs are pointing them back to you. They feel the universe pushing them, nudging them, whispering to them that this connection is not random, that this attraction is not superficial, that this bond is not something they can just walk away from. They feel destiny circling in their chest. They feel fate tapping them on the shoulder. They feel the universe telling them, stop running. Start healing. Listen, your heart needs it. They're beginning to accept that loving someone like you requires courage. Courage to show up honestly, courage to admit their insecurities, courage to be vulnerable, courage to face the truth that your beauty is not a threat but a gift. They're learning that they don't need to be perfect to be loved by you, they need to be present. They don't need to match your appearance, they need to match your heart. They don't need to be flawless, they need to be real. And this shift is happening fast, faster than they expected, faster than they're comfortable with. Because the universe is no longer allowing them to hide behind insecurity. Don't scroll, this is important. They're starting to see glimpses of a future with you, not just based on physical attraction, but on emotional connection, spiritual alignment, the kind of love that grows through vulnerability. They imagine holding your hand without fear, looking at you without doubting themselves, loving you without feeling like they're not enough. And it scares them, but it also excites them. For the first time, they're starting to believe they could actually be the person you choose, not because they're perfect, but because they're honest. They're growing. They're healing. They're changing. Listen, your heart needs this. They're preparing, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to tell you everything. The truth about their insecurity. The truth about why they pulled away. The truth about how strongly they feel. They're rehearsing what they'll say. They're imagining the moment. They're hoping you'll understand. They're praying you haven't given up. They're praying you haven't mistaken their fear for lack of interest. Because if only you knew how deeply they love you, how intensely they crave you, how strongly they're drawn to you, you would understand why they fought themselves so hard. Don't scroll. What comes next changes everything. They're approaching a moment, a breakthrough, where they can no longer hide behind insecurity. Love is becoming louder than fear. Destiny is becoming louder than doubt. Their heart is becoming louder than their wounds. And soon, very soon, they will step forward with a vulnerability you've never seen from them, ready to show you that your appearance didn't scare them because it was too much, it scared them because it awakened a love they never believed they could have. And when they finally come forward, their confession won't just explain their fear, it will reveal the depth of their love.